Hello, welcome to the Daily Purposeful Movement Challenge and Yoga with Kim. We're going to get started in the yoga class. Just a reminder, make sure you listen to your body, take breaks when needed, and breathe. So we're going to get started in a child's pose position. So we're going to come down onto our knees. We're going to draw our knees apart and draw your big toes together. Then drop that sit bone over those heels. We're going to bring our forehead to or towards the mat. And we're going to walk those fingertips forward, separating your fingertips and press the pads of the fingers and the thumbs onto the mat, and then pull your shoulder blades down your spine, pulling your abdominals in, and we're just going to breathe in through the nose, and then breathe out through the nose. Traditional yoga breathing is inhale through the nose and exhale out the nose. So we're just going to take that tongue and take it to the roof of your mouth, and just slowly close those lips, relaxing your neck and your face. When you're ready, we're going to tuck those toes under, and we're going to lift up to downward facing dog. So drawing your chest towards your thighs, releasing your heels towards the mat. They don't have to touch. Again, pulling your shoulder blades down away from your ears, chest towards your thighs. So you're creating an upside down V position with your body. We're going to shift forward to plank, so bring those shoulders over your wrists. We're going to take a look forward, so you're not looking at your hands. Soften your elbows, pull your shoulder blades back, and press your feet back. So you're really feeling it through your quads. Core engaged. Don't lock your elbows. We're going to press back to downward facing dog, and then coming forward into plank. We're going to do this twice more. So from plank, we're going to press back to downward facing dog, and then back forward into plank. We're not rushing it. Once more, we're going to come back to downward facing dog. We're going to come back into plank. We're going to hold here for 5. Soften your elbows for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come down to our knees and walk those hands back so you're now in a tabletop position, meaning your shoulders are over your wrists and your hips are over your knees. Elbows are tucked in and slightly bent, don't lock them. And rather than looking at your hands, find a spot either at the top of your mat or forward slightly. Then, core engaged, we're going to bring right arm, left leg off the mat for spinal balance, reaching your fingertips and toes in opposite direction. We're going to come back down to tabletop, and now switch arms, left arm, right leg. So single arm, opposite leg, putting those toes, reaching from your hip across your knee, ankle to toes, from your shoulder, elbow, wrist to your fingertips, back down, twice more through spinal balance. So we've got inhale, right arm, left leg, exhale, back to tabletop. Inhale, left arm, right leg, back to tabletop. Once more through, inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, release to tabletop. Inhale, left arm, right leg, and back to tabletop. We're gonna pull those abdominals in, round and flex your spine, tuck your chin under. So you're opening up your disc spaces for cat. And then breath in, we're gonna let your belly go, roll your shoulders back, lift your heart center towards the ceiling, as well as your tailbone for cow. Your next exhalation, so finding your breath cycle, breath out, back into cat. Inhale, back into cow. So just rolling through your pelvis, inhale back, exhale back into cat, pardon me. Inhale back into cow. Once more through, exhale back into cat. Inhale back into cow. And then finding that neutral tabletop position, we're going to walk those hands forward and then shift the shoulders over those wrists. So you're really where your knee meets your thigh. This is a level 1 plank. We're going to tuck your toes under and bring your knees off the mat for level 2 plank. Back to downward facing dog. Forward to plank. We're going to shift forward. Elbows are bent. Feel free to come to your knees. We're going to lower your chest down to the mat for chaturanga, through to cobra, and press your shoelaces, if you were wearing shoes, on the top of your feet on the mat. Elbows are tucked in. Press your hands in the mat, just lifting one more, a bit of your upper body, your chest, your belly off the mat, shoulders back. We're going to tuck your toes under from cobra. We're going to come back to downward facing dog. Forward to plank. We're going to do that once more. So pause and plank for a moment, shift forward, come into chaturanga, squeeze your elbows in, through to cobra. Listen to your body. Now relax your hands. Meaning we're not pressing your hands on the mat anymore. You can bring them off, but the weight is really, you're feeling it in your back rather than your shoulders. We're going to tuck your toes under, come back to downward facing dog. From here, we're gonna step the right foot back, putting your toes towards the back wall, maybe towards the ceiling, but press that left heel towards the mat. So you're still feeling that stretch from your Achilles into your calf, into your leg. We're gonna bring the right foot back down, switch legs. So now bring your left foot off the mat, pull your right knee back, reach those left toes, reach, 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 reach. We're gonna come back to downward facing dog. Now we're gonna walk your feet forward as many steps as you need. Feet hip level apart. And we're gonna take a look behind you. Now bring your hands to grab opposite elbows and straighten your legs. Don't lock your knees. Shake your head yes and no. So here's ragdoll. Just ease into that hamstring stretch. Let your upper body hang. You're gonna release your hands. You're gonna bend your knees. Inhale, circle sweep up. Arms on either side of your ears. Bring your fingertips together. Interlace your fingers and leave your pointer fingertips out. Now bring your feet together. Tuck your tailbone under. So there's a nice long straight line from here. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna tick-tock the spine from right to left. So press your pelvis out to one side, upper body go the other way. Like the pendulum of a clock. We're just getting spinal mobility. Ease into it. Easy challenge. Just getting mobility through your hips. Squeeze those inner thighs together, squeeze your glutes. Arms on either side of your ears. Coming back to neutral. We're gonna step your feet apart, hip level apart. We're gonna bring your hands behind you now. Interlace your fingers and collapse your wrists. So it's gonna look like this. If you can't do this from behind you, an option is to grab opposite wrist or grab a strap, roll your shoulders back. So we wanna open your chest. So find your bind, whatever that is behind you. Now lift your bind away from your body. So even if it's a little bit or a lot, doesn't matter. You're getting rotation through your shoulders, opening your chest, ground your feet. So whatever your bind is, we're gonna hold here, but not holding our breath. So we're still doing inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, maybe bringing the bind a little bit more. We're gonna hold the bind, but not your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're gonna slowly release. And then inhale, circle sweep up. We're gonna swan dive halfway for airplane. So reach your fingertips out to your right, your left. Draw your shoulders back, anchoring your feet and lift your hips up. Don't lock your knees though. They're subtly slightly bent. So you're supporting those joints. Pull your abs in, feeling the stretch to the back of your legs. Then all the way down for forward fold. Place your hands on the mat. We're gonna walk back to plank. So however many steps you need. Take a moment to set up that plank position and then back to downward facing dog. So from here, we're gonna step the right foot back. Again, releasing your left heel towards the mat, pointing your toes behind you, maybe towards the ceiling, feeling that stretch. We're gonna bring the right knee in towards the forehead and the forehead in towards your knees. So you're gonna round and flex your spine similar to cat, like you did at the beginning of class. Now take a look at your hands, stepping the right foot through and place it between your hands. One or many steps for lower lunge. Keep your hands here and press your foot back. So really extend through that leg. If you need to, grab your blocks. Roll your shoulders back, we're looking forward, feeling that stretch. And then adding on, if you like, we're gonna bring your hands onto that right thigh. Bring your shoulders back, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. You bring arms up. So your choice, it's your different level options. Just holding, ease into that stretch. Holding for 5, wherever you are, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. You slowly bring your hands back to the mat. We're gonna step back to downward facing dog. Then step the left foot back for 3-legged dog. 1, releasing your right heel towards the mat, pull your right knee back, and kick the left foot through the hip, across the knee, ankle to those toes. Really feeling the reach. Then we're gonna bring the left knee in towards your forehead, forward in towards your knees. So you're gonna round and flex your spine like cat. Pause for a moment, scoop those abs in. Take a look forward at your hands. We're gonna step that left foot forward. 1 or many steps for lower lunge, and draw the right leg back. Now you can choose to keep your hands here. You can grab your blocks if you want. Adding on is you can bring your hands to that left thigh. As you do so, bring the shoulders back so you're gonna feel the stretch through your groin. Iliopsoas. You can bring your arms up. Press that foot back. Try to bring your ears back so you're really feeling the stretch. You're really working that left leg, core engaged. If you're reaching your fingertips toward the ceiling, pull your shoulder blades down. We have 5 to go wherever you are. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna slowly bring your hands back down. Take your time and step back to downward facing dog. So we're gonna build a little bit of heat. We're gonna come forward to plank, shifting forward, here's your chaturanga, through to cobra, and then back to downward facing dog. We're gonna step that right foot back for three-legged dog. Now bring the knee in towards your forehead, pause for a moment, and step the right foot through for lower lunge. Choices, we're gonna come to high lunge, that's an option. We're gonna bring your hands down to either side of that right foot, step your left foot forward. Circle sweep up, we're gonna come to tall mountain, and you're gonna sit back into chair. So knees come forward, opening up your shoulders, we're looking up. It's different than squat, we're sitting back rather than down. Your knees come forward, use your upper body if you need to. Whatever you need to get that rotation through your shoulders. We're gonna come up to tall mountain, swan dive all the way down, stepping that left foot back for lower lunge or high lunge, your choice. Reach and extend. Cartwheel those hands and step back to downward facing dog. We're gonna come forward to plank. Shifting forward, here's your chaturanga. Through to cobra and back to downward facing dog. We're gonna step that left foot back for three-legged dog. Releasing your right heel. Then bring your left knee in towards your forehead. Pause for a moment. Scoop your abs in. Step the left foot through for lower lunge. Setting up your lunge position. You choose high lunge, low lunge. We're gonna cartwheel those hands either side of your left foot. Step your right foot forward, pausing for a moment. Then your knees and I'll circle sweep up. Tall mountain, sitting back down in a chair. So get the rotation through your shoulders. Knees come forward. We're gonna press up to tall mountain. We're gonna cartwheel those hands. Step that left foot back for three-legged dog. Setting it up, take your time. Now, stepping back into lower lunge, high lunge, sorry. And then cartwheel those hands and step back to downward facing dog. So basic strength series is forward to plank, shifting forward, here's your chaturanga, through to cobra, and back to downward facing dog. You can repeat that, you can stay here, adding on forward to plank. We're gonna come halfway down, press back to plank, then you're gonna shift forward, here's your chaturanga, through to cobra, and back to downward facing dog. We're gonna step the right foot back for three-legged dog, then step that foot forward for lower lunge, high lunge, your choice. Take a moment, pause and lunge, extend, reach. We're gonna cartwheel those hands, step your left foot forward, feet hip level apart. Weighted clean both feet, we're gonna bend your knees, I'll circle sweep up. Sitting back down into chair, shoulders back. Inhale, circle sweep up. We're gonna sit back into a second chair. So find that chair. Roll your shoulders back, look forward, don't look at your hands. Turn your knees out slightly. Inhale, circle sweep up. We're gonna cartwheel those hands all the way down. Step your left foot back for three-legged dog. Nope, lunge, oh my goodness. Lunge, cartwheel those hands. I don't know why I keep saying that. So your choice, high lunge, low lunge, cartwheel those hands, step back to downward facing dog. Forward to plank, basic straight series, shift forward into chaturanga, through to cobra, and back to downward facing dog. Your option is to repeat that, stay here, we'll meet you here. Adding on, forward to plank, we're gonna come halfway down, feel free to come to your knees. Back up to plank, squeeze those elbows in. Shift forward, here's your chaturanga, through to cobra, and back to downward facing dog. Now we step back into three-legged dog. Step the left foot back. Still releasing your right heel though. Come on, reach those toes to the ceiling. Then we're gonna bring the knee in towards your forehead, then step the left foot through. Here's lower lunge, high lunge. Your choice. Get the rotation through your shoulders, opening, use your upper body. We're gonna cartwheel those hands, step your left foot forward. Pause for a moment, a forward fold, bend your knees, now circle sweep up. Then we're gonna sit back down into chair, shoulders back. Come on, get the rotation through your shoulders. Reach across your elbows to your fingertips. Inhale, circle sweep up. Second chair. So drop your sit bones back, roll your shoulders back, open your chest. Inhale, circle sweep up. We're gonna swan dive down. Let's see if I can say it. Step your right foot back for lower lunge. Woohoo! And then cartwheel for high lunge if you like. Notice I didn't say three-legged dog. And then we're gonna cartwheel those hands and step back to downward facing dog. From here, we're gonna step the right foot back, so three-legged dog. Then we're gonna step the right foot through for lower lunge, pausing for a moment, and then we're gonna turn that left foot. So it's about 45 degrees. We're really rooting the outside of that foot. The anchor is the little toe. We have a reason why we have a little toe. Then we're gonna slowly sweep those arms up, Bring that left hip forward so you're in a warrior one position. Pull your knees back. If you need to, you can take some weight off that right leg, straighten the right leg. If you need to, step your left foot forward a little bit. So you're shortening the distance, but bringing that hip forward, bring the shoulder forward and reach up. Reach, extend, roll your shoulders back and take a look at the ceiling directly above you. So here's warrior one. Draw and press the outside of that left foot. Then we're gonna turn to warrior two. So if you need to, walk the left foot back. We're gonna turn, so we're gonna bring your shoulders over hips. You can take and bring the right knee back a little bit. The level 2, 3 options to keep that in a 90-degree angle, seeing that right big toe. And then we're gonna bring those arms parallel with your ground. So reach your fingertips to your front and back of the room, tuck your tailbone under and bring your ears back. We spend so much of the day hunched forward, bring it back. Anchoring that little toe, we're gonna turn so both palms are facing up. Bring your fingertips and thumbs together so your hand is flat. Kind of play with it, finding where the hips come under the shoulder comes over the hip. Looking, making sure you see your right big toe. Pull your left knee back. We're gonna hold warrior 3, looking over your right foot for 5. Tuck your tailbone under for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then bring your hands up to the ceiling. We're gonna turn as we shift and pivot our upper body forward. We're gonna do the same thing with your little toe, left foot. So we're gonna come into that high lunge position. Now hands to heart center. Feel free to come to your left knee because we're gonna come into a cross, into a twist. So if you need to come down to your left knee or staying off your knee, it's your choice. So from here, we're gonna lift up a little bit. So to rather being 90 degrees, come up. We're gonna bring your left arm across that right thigh and you're gonna anchor it to the outside. Now roll your shoulder back. So you haven't pivoted that left foot. Both sets of toes are facing forward unless you're on your knee. Look over your right shoulder. Elongate your neck. We're gonna hold this twist for 5, 4, 3, 2, and when we're gonna slowly come out of your twist, we're gonna bring those hands back down either side of your right foot. So your lower lunge and step back to downward facing dog. We're gonna do one strength series forward to plank, shifting forward, here's your chaturanga, through to cobra, and back to downward facing dog. Now we're gonna step the left foot back. So 3-legged dog, releasing your right heel. We're gonna bring your left knee towards your forehead for a moment, then step that foot forward, and now turn that right foot. So really anchoring the outside of your foot, particularly your little toe, and then bring those arms up. So take a moment to find warrior one. If you need to, shorten your stance and bring the right foot forward a little bit, but you're pulling your knee back, and you're really anchoring the outside of your foot. You're trying to bring your hips and shoulders square, arms are long, either side of your ears, and pull your shoulder blades down. So having your arms above your heart elevates the heart rate a bit, warms up the body. Looking down as you will see your left big toe. Now from warrior one, we're gonna take it to warrior two. So we're gonna turn your body. If you need to, walk the right foot back a little bit. So bring your shoulders over hips. You can straighten your left leg a little bit if you need to kind of find that moment. Bring your ears back. So nice long straight line. Arms are long, fingertips and thumbs together. Palms are down to start. And then level 2 is going to keep that knee in a lunge position. Looking down, you should be able to see your left big toe. So kind of bring that right shoulder back over your hip. Roll your shoulders back, bring your ears back. We tend to kind of lead with our nose and our chin. And then we're ready, palms are facing up. So powerful warrior arms here. See, I'm not leaving, I'm trying to keep parallel with the ground, using your upper body strength to hold. Pull that right knee back, pressing the outside of that right foot into your mat. So you're really engaging your foot muscles here, core engaged. We're gonna hold warrior two for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 to bring your fingertips up to the ceiling. Or as we turn and bring the upper body forward, pivot your right foot as well. So you're gonna come into high lunge position. If you need to, come down to your knee because you know where we're going. Hands at heart center. You're gonna bring yourself up a little bit, and then bring the right arm across your left thigh and come into a twist. Use that right arm as an anchor to roll that left shoulder back. You're looking over your left shoulder, left elbow. If you're off that right knee, press that foot back really to engage. We're gonna hold your twist for 5. Now knowing that the benefit of twisting is to massage all those internal organs. This can help with digestion, breathing, your circulation system. 3 to go, 2, and we're gonna cartwheel those hands either side of your left foot. So pause for a moment and step back to downward facing dog. We're gonna come forward to plank. Basic strength series, here's your chaturanga. through to cobra, and back to downward facing dog. Now we're gonna take and walk your feet forward as many steps as you need for forward fold. Pause for a moment. Take a look behind you. We're gonna grab opposite elbows for ragdoll. Straighten your legs a little bit more without locking your knees. Shaking your head yes and no. Inhale, circle sweep up. Tall mountain, and then come into mountain. So we're gonna come into a balance series. So if you know that balancing is a challenge for you, move alongside a wall, have a chair close by. You don't have to go all the way. Balancing is so important for our whole body, but as well as for our feet. Good foot health. We spend so much of our time in shoes that our feet tend to get a little bit weak. Okay, so we're gonna shift the weight to your left foot. So don't lock that left knee, and get ready. We're gonna take all of the weight onto your left foot. Now bring your right foot off. Doesn't matter where you go, you're just shifting. Taking a moment to kind of feel the stability. We're gonna come back to mountain. Okay, both feet equal. Then we're gonna shift over to the right foot and bring your left foot off the mat. So you don't have to bring the left foot up very high, but take a moment to feel the shift, to feel the balance. So we're gonna do this twice more before we move on. Because sometimes if we haven't worked in balance in a while, this is enough. Come back to mountain. Okay, we're gonna shift over, bring the right foot off the mat. Sometimes the more we do it, the easier it gets. Core engaged, still you're standing tall, not small. I'm gonna come back to mountain, then shift over to your right foot. Bring your left foot off the mat. So if this is enough for you, sorry, my contact's bugging me. This is enough for you, you're gonna stay here. You're just gonna, this is where your balance is gonna be. Just shifting from mountain over, last time, and then we're gonna add on next time we come over to the left side. If you bobble and come back down, that's okay. Go back to mountain, reset. Don't lock that standing knee. Shoulders back, core engaged. You're standing tall, lifting through your crown, and then back to mountain. Okay, now we're gonna add on. So we're gonna shift over to your left foot, bring your right foot off the mat 90 degrees, and then you're gonna bring your arms up on either side of your ears, palms facing one another. Reach your fingertips to the ceiling, but pull your shoulder blades down. Pull the left knee back. Don't lock it, but you're gonna feel that you can choose to stay here or kick the right foot forward. I'm gonna bobble. So kick the right foot forward. This is enough for you can stay here. Adding on, we're gonna change direction. We're gonna come into warrior 3 position. So you're gonna slowly hinge through your hips, reach your fingertips forward. Now point your toes in opposite direction. So you're trying to level your shoulders and hips. Pull the left knee back. Engage a lot of core here for 5, 4. If you bobble, just come back and join us wherever you are for 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna slowly come back, keeping the right foot off the mat if you can. We're gonna kick forward again. We're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee, and then coming back down to mountain. So again, listen to your body. Building on balance is so important, especially as we age. So we're gonna shift forward. No, we're not. We're gonna shift mountain. Shift over to your right side. Respect the differences from right to left. Then we're gonna bring the left knee up, left foot up. So finding that 90-degree angle. Arms are gonna come overhead, palms facing one another, arms on either side of your ears. Pull your shoulder blades down, and then you're gonna kick the left foot forward. We're gonna hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay here if you like. Others, we're gonna shift. Kick the left foot back, hinging through your hips. Reach your fingertips forward. Point your toes, leveling out your shoulders and hips. Come on, reach across that knee. Ankle and toes for 5. A lot of core for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna slowly come up. Coming back to that 90-degree position. Take your time, changing direction adds complexity. And then we're gonna kick that left foot forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back for mountain. We're gonna bend your knees and heel circle sweep up. We're gonna swan dive down, all the way down for forward fold. Hands on the mat. We're gonna walk or jump back to plank. It's your choice. So find your plank. We're gonna hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to your downward facing dog. We're gonna step that right foot back for 3-legged dog. Now we're gonna bring the right knee in towards your forehead. Pause for a moment, and then kick back to 3-legged dog. Right knee towards the right elbow, so you're outside, holding for 3, 2, 1. We're gonna kick back to 3-legged dog. Now here's the twist. Right knee, left elbow. We're gonna hold for 3, 2, 1, kick back to three-legged dog. Pull the left knee back, reach your right toes to the ceiling, and then step your right foot forward for lower lunge. I'm gonna come up into tall lunge. So reach and extend. Now, your choice is you can stay here, or we're gonna lift up to that warrior 3 position from a high lunge position. So take the weight into your right foot, kick your left foot back, hinging forward. I'm gonna find my bobble, really rooting and anchoring through the right foot. Think about the right foot. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then we're gonna come back to the high lunge. So take your time. If you chose to stay in high lunge, we're meeting you here. We're gonna cartwheel those hands and step back to downward facing dog. We're gonna come forward to plank. Choice is to stay here. So stay here in high plank, we're gonna meet you here. Otherwise, we're gonna do a full reverse. So we're gonna come all the way down, tag the mat, and press back up. Now meeting in plank, we're gonna shift forward. Here's your chaturanga, through to cobra, and back to downward facing dog. We're gonna step the left foot back with three-legged dog. You can choose to stay here, or bring the left knee in towards your forehead. Pause for a moment for that crunch. Step back to three-legged dog. Left knee, left elbow. Pause for 3, 2, and 1. Come back to three-legged dog. Then here's your twist, left knee, right elbow. So pause for 3, 2, and 1. Kick back to three-legged dog. And then we're gonna step your left foot through for lower lunge, high lunge. So you have several options where you wanna be. You can choose to stay here. We're gonna take into that balancing option of warrior 3. Stabilizing through the left foot, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, 2, and 1. I rushed that. Come back to high lunge. So we're gonna meet you in high lunge. And then we're gonna cartwheel those hands and step back to downward facing dog. We're gonna come forward to plank, staying here. Level 4 is we're gonna come all the way down, press back to plank. Meeting in plank, shifting forward, here's your chaturanga. Through to cobra. You can choose to stay here, okay? We can you're gonna anchoring and root through the top of your feet or where your shoelaces would be if you're wearing shoes. Elbows are tucked in, shoulders back, or we're gonna bring the legs off the mat for up dog. We're gonna tuck your toes under, come back to downward facing dog. We're gonna hold for a moment, just catch your breath, feel free to come to child's pose. Because when you're ready, we're gonna walk your feet forward once more. Feet hip level apart, we're gonna bend your knees and half circle sweep up. We're gonna come into mountain. So we're gonna do a little series, it's short, of chair into planks. So feel free to listen to your body, come to mountain, take a break. So from here, feet are hip level apart. Okay, inhale, circle sweep up, arms on either side of your ears, palms facing one another, fingertips reaching into the ceiling, but shoulder blades pulled down. So you don't have your ears up near your shoulders near your ears. Then we're gonna sit back into a chair. So not a squat, because you're not sitting down, we're sitting back. So your knees slide forward. We're gonna take a look where your fingertips are reaching. We're gonna hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna shift forward and lift your heels off the mat. So adding some calf work. And then we're gonna slowly bring your hands together in a prayer position. So your heels are still off the mat. And then we're gonna bend through your knees if you can. Heels are still off the mat. So we're in balancing chair. We're gonna bring your hands down to the mat. So you're gonna come into that that plank ham upper body position. And then you're ready. Heels are still off the mat. Pull your abs in and we're gonna jump back to plank. So here we go. You can walk back to plank if you like. We're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, we can walk or jump those feet forward. Okay? Hands back at heart center. Drop your sit bones down, bring your heels off the mat. So right where we left off with balancing chair. Then we're gonna bring your fingertips to the ceiling and we're gonna slowly step yourself out of that knee bend. Reach tall, 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 tall mountain. Balancing, come on, heels off the mat. Waking up those calf muscles. Use your toes. Toes have muscles too for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arm stays tall. Bring your heels to the mat. Hands to heart center. And then release into mountain. We do that once more. So it's really working on our feet. Okay, you ready? So find yourself real rooted. Inhale, circle sweep up. Arms either side of your ears. Shoulder blades pulled down. We're gonna sit back down into chair. So eyes are gonna follow where your fingertips are. We're gonna hold chair for 5, 4, core in for 3, 2, and 1. Now shift forward, lift your heels off the mat. I'm gonna use your toe muscles. Hands in heart center. We're gonna slowly drop your sit bones back. Knees are gonna come off the mat, that's okay. Knees are gonna shift forward, that's okay. Then when you're ready, we're gonna bring your hands on the mat. Think about your plank, upper body set that position. Good neutral wrist. Soften your elbows so your joints don't absorb all of it. You ready? Let's jump back to plank. So you're using a lot of toes here. Now, we're gonna walk or jump forward again. Trying to keep your heels off the mat. Then, we're gonna bring your elbows, hands, thumbs in heart center, hands off the mat, and we're gonna slowly bring yourself up. Tall mountain, come on, use your toes. Come on, strengthening those feet muscles. We've got 5 to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then release. Take a moment and bend your knees and heel circle sweep up. We're gonna swan dive all the way down, hinging through your hips, pausing for a moment. Hands on the mat. We're gonna walk or jump back to plank pose, so whatever you need for plank. Find that plank position, elbows are bent. We're gonna come down to our knees. Separate your knees and bring your big toes together and come back to child's pose. So drop those sit bones back into child's. I'm stretching your quads here a bit. Go and roll those back. Pull your abs in. And then when you're ready, we're gonna roll ourselves over into a sit bones. So, feet in front of you, about hip level apart. You're gonna hinge through your hips, so we're not rounding to get there, right? It's keeping your spine long. I'm gonna try to show you from the side. It's cold in my garage, so this is kind of, okay, see this versus this. Okay, shoulders back. So I'm leading with my heart center. Toes are reaching to the sky because that keeps a nice long line. And then we're gonna walk those hands down. So grab a strap if you need to. The goal is not to get to your feet. The goal is to feel the stretch. So don't sacrifice the form of the pose. So we're gonna hold wherever you are. This is your first spot. We're gonna stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Together we take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale, we're gonna go a little bit deeper. So only moving on the breath out. Then find that second spot. We're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna come up. Now we're gonna separate into a straddle. So separate those feet, kind of straddle position. We're gonna shift your body, upper body, and take a look at your left foot. So you're not coming here and then just turning upper body. You're gonna shift, okay? Now you're gonna walk those hands on either side of that left foot. Grab a strap if you like. And we're gonna pause. So your first point of resistance is where you're gonna stop. Just breathing in and breathing out. Because we're actually not just gonna focus on the hamstring, we're gonna add the quadratum lumborum, which is some of the back muscles. So when you're ready, you're gonna take your right hand and cross over the left to the outside of your left leg, left calf, left foot. If you got a strap, all the strap is gonna come together in the left hand, and then the right hand is gonna grab it close to the foot. So we're gonna hold here, you're gonna feel the stretch along your back here. We're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna slowly come up. Okay, same thing as we're gonna shift. So twist through your torso, take a look at your right foot and walk those hands down. So finding that first point of resistance, we're gonna pause for a moment, maybe go a little bit deeper, respect the differences from left to right. Then when you're ready, the left hand is gonna cross over to the outside of that right calf, shin, maybe that foot, strap. All the strap's gonna go in the right hand, and the left hand is gonna grab that strap between the right hand and that right foot. So you're reaching over, you're gonna feel the stretch through that quadratum lumborum. We're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna come up. Shifting, feet together, and then we're gonna roll ourselves over onto our backs. We're gonna bring your knees into your chest, just easy rocking from side to side. Okay, and then we're gonna release one heel followed by the other. Let your feet fall away from midline, hands down to your sides, palms are facing up. Let your shoulders just roll back, opening up your chest. Eyes are closed for a moment. We're just gonna breathe in, and we're gonna breathe out. Again, we're gonna breathe in, and we're gonna breathe out. Thank you for participating in the Everyday Life Yoga with Kim, the Daily Purposeful Movement. Moving our body is a gift, and it is the best way how to functionally age well. Thank you for participating. Namaste. Have a great day.